both past and present. I'll briefly go through some of the dignitaries, though if I was seeking to fully undertake that task, I'm sure both myself and my co-host would be here a long time. Obviously, the Honourable Linda Dessau, Governor of Victoria, and His Honour Judge Anthony Howard, Chris Maxwell, President of the Victorian Court of Appeal. We also have, of course, the Victorian Opposition Leader, Matthew Guy, the Shadow Minister, Inga Palich, for Multicultural Affairs. We also have Bruce Atkinson, the President of the Legislative Council, the Chair of the Victorian Multicultural Commission, former Governor, of course, David de Kretser, and many other distinguished guest ladies, and many representatives of all sides of politics are here today. And I'll say a few things. Firstly, this is a symbolic dinner in many ways. It's symbolic of, and ritual is very important. We often understate it in Australia and Victoria, but ritual and coming together, particularly coming together over food, is a very important ritual that brings people together. And this is a symbol of the Victorian Parliament's love and celebration of diversity. We don't tolerate diversity in Victoria, and multiculturalism in Victoria is founded on an acceptance of the common humanity of all Victorians. We don't have another. We don't have people who sit outside a mainstream. We have a diverse society where the richness of that diversity forms a wonderful and vibrant part of a growing community where everyone is part of it, regardless of their background. And that's importantly supported, and I note, I just look into the eyes of my Shadow Minister, we see each other far too often in some ways. We joke we see each other more than our spouses because we go to a lot of functions together, but it's important that that's not a partisan part of Victorian politics. It's something to be celebrated, that across the Victorian political divide and across various political parties in the mainstream of Victorian politics, we do celebrate that diversity, we do support multiculturalism, and we stand here symbolically in solidarity with the Muslim community in Victoria. And this is also a ritual about bringing people together, and I'd like to commend, and I won't get the new title, but the Australian Intercultural Society, that didn't stick in the mind, but the Australian Intercultural Society for working in the community, not just at this dinner but many other occasions, to bring people together from different backgrounds, because that also lies at the heart of multiculturalism, empathy. To see another person, to see yourself, to see your common humanity reflected despite the differences of culture, language, religion. And to celebrate that diversity by accepting and understanding our what we share together mutually. So this is a symbolic dinner of the Parliament accepting people and standing in solidarity with part of our community, but also a symbolic dinner of that community coming together with the rest of the society to share, to gain greater understanding of both. The Muslim community, for the rest of Victorian society to gain greater understanding, and the Muslim community itself to gain greater understanding of the rest of Victorian society. And it's through that mutual understanding, that seeing each other as equal, that great tradition we have in Victoria, which we always must renew and strengthen, of building on the work of multiculturalism as it has been, but making it better for the future by sharing with each other. And there's no, as I mentioned earlier, there's no better way of sharing than over food and good company and good conversation. That we will overcome fear, we will overcome prejudice, and we'll build the sort of society and live true to the values which underpin multiculturalism. So I'd like to congratulate all who have been involved in this wonderful event, which symbolises so much about what's good about our state. We're certainly not utopia, and there's much work to be done to live true in all of our lives every day to those values. But to affirm those values is a step on that path. Thank you very much.